Welcome to By the Block on Beacon 333 TV. Join us. Hi, I'm Kimberly Johnson. I'm your host on a new program on Beacon TV, Homes, Finances, and Health. Every third Sunday from 9 to 9:30 a.m. Join us. Hi, I'm Kimberly Johnson here on Beacon 333 TV. I'm here with a new show called By the Block. Ching-ching! That's a sound that you're going to hear very often here on By the Block. And we will be focusing on homes, finances, and your opportunity to obtain the perfect life and the American dream. First up is our financial advisor, Luke Wheel. Luke will answer questions about buying and selling. Take it away, Luke.
It's Luke with America One Mortgage. I'm here to answer the mortgage questions that you guys have. All right, so the first question is, why do I need a pre-approval? So you need a pre-approval so that, first off, the realtor knows that you're qualified to be buying the house. That way they can show you houses that you can afford and that are within your price range. The second reason you need a pre-approval is for that when you make an offer on a house, the person selling the house also needs to make sure that you're already approved and have been vetted. They don't want anything to go wrong during the transaction, so this helps alleviate a lot of those concerns. Is a pre-approval a guarantee that you'll get a loan? No, it's not. Your loan goes through an underwriting process as well as processing. During that phase, the underwriter can ask you for anything they want related to your finances. It could be extra bank statements, it could be pay stubs, it could be clarification on money you've deposited. They can ask for a lot of different things. You do also need to have an appraisal on the house. So again, your house could come in maybe a little bit lower on value. The appraiser could find something wrong with the house. So a pre-approval is not going to find out that information. Why is my credit score important? And what is the lowest credit score that will allow me to get a loan? So your credit score shows your capability to repay the loan. If you have good credit history, there's a higher chance of approval. Your credit score also goes into what your mortgage rate is and what programs that you qualify for. I'm sure you've also heard of PMI or mortgage insurance. Your interest rate has to do with that as well. So by having a better credit score, that allows you to be in a much better position to buy a house and have the best financing options available. What is the lowest credit score that will allow you to get a loan? So that's a little bit of a complicated question because there are guidelines out there that allow you to get a credit score of about 500 to get a mortgage. With that, there's a lot of details. So I often tell people, ideally, you want to have over a 640 credit to be in the best position possible. Personally, we go down to about a 580, but it's much harder to get approved then. So it's kind of a true-false statement where, yes, you can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 500, but it's very hard to get approved at that point. So you're much better off trying to make sure that your credit score is as high as possible. What is your interest rate going to be? So definitely a popular question we get. Your interest rate is based on a few factors. First and foremost, your credit score. The higher your credit, the better your interest rate is going to be. Also, what factors into your interest rate is your loan amount. So the higher your loan amount, typically the lower the credit score. Your money down affects your credit score as well. And also the type of program you're doing. So what that means is there's a thing called a conventional loan, there's FHA loans, there's VA loans. All those different things are going to affect your interest rate and what you are going to get at the end. And how much will my loan be if I'm qualified. So that question is, really what you're gonna be qualified for is gonna be based off of how much money you're putting down and also what's called your debt to income ratio. So your debt to income ratio is your gross income for the year divided by any of the liabilities that you have. Liabilities are going to be student loans, credit cards, car loans, anything that really reports on credit. Things like health insurance or car insurance, utility bills, those don't count towards your DTI. How much money for a down payment, or I should say the question is, money for a down payment is not necessary. That question is totally false. So there are programs and grants out there that allow you to get money to help with closing costs and down payment. There is fine print with that, so not everybody qualifies. Typically what we recommend as loan officers, you should try to save between 5 and 7% so you have enough money to put down on the property as well as cover any other closing costs. Some of those closing costs could be title fees, transfer taxes, your taxes for the year, your insurance for the year, things like that. What are closing costs and why do I have to pay them? So I kind of just reviewed that. So closing costs are fees that are charged by title companies, government agencies, as well as lending fees as well. So closing costs could be underwriting fees. You could have, you're always going to have title fees with a property as well. You have transfer taxes that are based on where you're buying a house. In addition, you have to pay for your taxes for a year up front, typically, as well as your insurance for a year up front. So all that adds into your closing costs. The reason that's necessary, everybody has to pay taxes. Your title fees, that basically checks the property to make sure that nobody has a right to the property besides yourself. So you don't want to buy a property where there's a tax lien against it or somebody else has a right to the property. So your title fees, they cover that in the event that that were to happen. They do a search on the property to make sure that there's nothing attached to the property as well. Next question. Are all lenders the same? All lenders are not the same. So with mortgage lending, you basically have two different types of lenders. You have a direct lender where they lend their own money, and then you have a mortgage broker. And I myself am a mortgage broker. As a broker, we can actually go to all these different lenders and find the best rate for you and shop their programs and have the best of whatever scenario is out there. As a direct lender, they're kind of handicapped because they only have the programs that are available with the money that they lend. So as a broker, we definitely offer a lot more options for you and give you a lot better interest rates and things like that. My style is, that's a good question. So I would say my style is honesty. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to hear, whether it's good or bad. The most important thing is giving you the proper information that you need to make your decision. I don't care if you're spending $50,000 or $500,000. My goal is to put you in the best position for yourself. I really want to make sure that you're fully informed as far as what's going to benefit you, not only right now, but also will benefit you in 5 years or 7 years or 10 years. So I really want to make sure that I have a plan together for you that's going to serve all your needs.
Thank you so much for joining us on By the Block. Now we will leave you with a featured city and a featured musical artist. Cha-ching!
Reading Terminal Market was opened in 1892 by the Reading Railroad Company. If you've ever played Monopoly, the classic board has 4 railroads on it. One of them is the Reading Railroad. So in 1892 they built this market, and above us was the train station. So the trains ran literally directly overhead. And it was built as a market. It was built to serve folks that lived in Philadelphia and also those that were commuting via railroad. So we get about 6.5 million visitors a year on any given day. It varies on the day of the week. Earlier in the week it's much slower than it is. Saturdays are our busiest day. We get about 30,000 on a Saturday. On a slower day we could get about 18,000. So it varies, and it'll change if there's a convention in town, if we're doing a big festival. Our piano players play every day of the week. They play approximately between about 10 and 4, and they are on a rotating schedule, so they all play, I believe it's 4 hours a week, and they're on a set schedule. So we're approached all the time by people that see people playing the piano and they want to play. There is an audition process. And they are required to have a repertoire big enough that they don't repeat more than once during the 2-hour period that they play.
Well, it depends. There's a lot of stuff I like to do. It's a lot of stuff I like to do. Slow stuff, fast stuff, new stuff, old stuff. I've been playing about 10 years. Info like on how to play, what to play, you know, what artist was good out here, and music theory. And yeah, I just, I wanted, I drew pictures. I saw myself being a conductor, I saw myself at the piano, doing,